Good morning, everyone. I hope all of you can see and hear me clearly. I take this opportunity to welcome you to today's training. Can we open with a word of prayer? I request for a volunteer to lead us in prayer. Can we have a volunteer to lead us in prayer, please? Okay.
My name is Ivano. Hello.
Yes, we can hear you, Mr. Please go ahead.
Almighty Father in heaven, we thank you for this precious moment that we've gathered together as brothers and sisters who have knowledge and understanding. We call upon you to send thy Holy Spirit to give us the wisdom and enable each one of us and reciprocate what we've learned. We thank you, Lord. We thank you, Jesus. All this question and believing in the mighty name of Jesus Christ.
Amen. Thank you so much, Mr. Lumo, for that powerful prayer. Can we please switch off our videos and our audios? The videos take a lot of and with it. So when you remove the video, you will see that my name is Jen Ndibalika. I'm a multimedia content development trainer with Multimedia Contact, the company that develops the Yaaka digital network and Educare. We have for the past year been working with comprehensive digital learning platforms, content, and methodologies which we continue to refine. We offer ongoing learning facilitation to learners of senior 1 to senior 6 on Yaaka DN and a content-only service on Educare. We recently started free classes on Zoom to help many learners continue to study and work towards the future goal during the lockdown. We thank the parents to be here with us today for letting your students participate in these free online classes. And we also take the opportunity to thank the students and the pupils who are very active and interactive in these sessions. Thank you for doing the assignments, for answering the teachers' questions, and for always being there for the lessons. We are looking forward to continued engagement with you after this training, and we shall continue following all the progress in the groups, in the different groups that we created. Allow me, let my team introduce themselves, the team that is going to facilitate us in this training. Our team is quite big, but we shall have those who are going to lead us introduce themselves. They'll switch on their camera, tell us their names and what they do. Thank you. Can we have the introductions from the team, please? Mr. Kakuru, are you on? Can you please introduce yourself? Switch on your camera so that people can see you, introduce yourself, and then we move on. Okay, it seems Mr. Kakuru can't hear me. Teacher Joanne, please introduce yourself.
Good morning to you all. Sorry about my camera, it has issues, but I'm Joanne Chance, a teacher of ICT and Economics, Yaaka DN. Thank you.
Thank you, Teacher Joanne.
Yes, good morning, everyone. My name is Edward, and I'm a point manager on Yaaka Digital Network.
Good morning, Gerard Visinge, I'm the team leader and the learning facilitator. Glad to be here.
Thank you for the introductions. I think the rest of my team is having internet challenges. Is the echo still there? I see comments of an echo. Is it still there?
Yeah, the echo is still much.
Good morning, everyone. This is Mungus as well. Tech and production support, and I'm a learning facilitator at Yaaka Digital Network. I'm glad to be here, and I welcome you all.
Thank you for the introductions. I'd like to give an opportunity to at least 10 of our guests to introduce themselves. If you're a parent, you tell us the class your children are in, the classes your kids are in, and their names. We're going to give an opportunity to just only 10 because you're many. So I'm going to just be reading one name of the parent I would like to introduce themselves, and then they introduce themselves. So can we hear Mr. Edward? Can you please introduce yourself?
Okay, thank you everyone, and I welcome all of you who are in this panel. My name's Edward, and I'm a teacher, director of Suffering School.
Though you were not very clear, I don't know if most of us heard you clearly. Okay, can we have an introduction from Rose, Madame Rose?
Hi, good morning to everyone.
Yes, good morning.
Okay, my bad. We have Rose, we have two Rose. Yes, I mean Rose Batiakunyaga. The name, I didn't want to mispronounce it. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. It is Rose Batiakunyaga. Good morning. Yeah. I am very happy to be part of you, and I'm a teacher teaching primary 6 and primary 7 English. Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Claire's iPhone. Can you please introduce yourself? Okay, I think Claire's iPhone is not near her phone. Can we have an introduction from Ivano?
Thank you very much. My name is Ivano. My background might not be so clear. I'm a parent to Cheng Cynthia of P3 and Olo Colin of P5. I stay in Bulindo and work in Entebbe.
Thank you, Ivan. Can we have an introduction from Mr. Emerit George? Okay, so because of time, okay.
With Zoom.
So because of time, I'm going to request the rest of the parents and the students to put your names, what your children do in the chat. We shall be getting this information. And please put it in the chat. Also, those who don't have their names on the Zoom, please rename your Zoom name so that we can know who we are talking to, so that we can easily address you. Thank you for the introduction. So we are here for the digital learning training, and I believe we have expectations as parents, as students. So what, as a parent or as a student, what do you expect to benefit from this training? Please put up your hands, and I will be picking for you to share your expectations. Thank you. Do you have any expectations for today for this training? And if yes, put up your hand so that you can give us some of those expectations. Yes, Fadila Sad, can you please unmute and speak to us?
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, moderators,
Good
for
morning.
organizing this. We really appreciative that you've given us a platform to share our thoughts. I have shared my details in the chat of who I am and the children who I have on the platform. So far, so good. For me, my main expectation from this is I'm really hoping we'll come up with a payment plan for our children, especially like some of us who have many children on the platform. That is because so far I like how the classes are going, and I know even if the subjects are few, I know in the future you're planning to put more subjects. I have no worries as far as the teachers and the subjects are concerned, but my main expectation is I'm hoping we'll really talk about if we can find a payment plan. That's all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Fahila. Sad. Thank you so much. Mr. Mungus Steven, you can please unmute and give us your expectation. Mr. Mungus Steven, please unmute and give us your expectation.
All right, thank you. Good morning to you all.
Good morning.
Mungus Stefan, teacher at Trinity Love School Nyana Maso. I'm very happy to this platform.
Bridget.
Had you finished? Mr. Mwanguzi, had you finished? You're muted. Okay. Okay, can we now hear from Eldris? Eldris, please put your clear names. I don't want to mispronounce any of your names. Mr. Eldris, can you please unmute and give us your expectation? Okay, then Martha, can you please give us your expectation? I don't know if it's network. Most of you are dropping off. Martha, can you give us your expectation? Okay, Mr. Ivano, I don't know if you put up your hands and then you leave your phones. Mr. Ivano will be our last one.
Thank you very much. I'm just adding a voice onto one of the speakers who talked about a payment plan. I was also supporting that because, having a couple of kids and having challenges, we were looking at if there was a possibility to have a flexibility in payment based on the challenges other than being fixed on pay in one go. Getting money pay in one go becomes a bit difficult, especially when you have a number of challenges in the challenging times. I know the teachers need to get paid, but if you can be accepting like in halves for each child and give a certain period of time before the remaining half can be paid, because we have a lot of challenges, and we request that not only that we want the free version, we need some support to the teachers. So if you could make a flexible system that can pull more clients other than having a fixed system. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Ofono. We shall listen to one more. RB Kira, please unmute and give us your expectation.
Thank you
RB
very
Kira,
much.
can you please unmute and give us your expectation?
My name is Rose Kababikira. I'm a parent to 4 children, and it's my very first time to be here. So I don't know if there are any of the other parents who are new, and to me, these are new things that I'm hearing about the payment, because I came across this link in one of the church pages today, and I decided to give it a go. And that is all I know for now. And I would appreciate getting more information about what is happening.
Oh, thank you for coming, Rose. So we are going to, as we conclude this training, we should be telling you about what the program is about, but just a brief. We've been having free online classes for 2 weeks. This is the 3rd week, and parents and students have been attending lessons on Zoom for free. So we are still going on with the free online classes up to 10th, and then we shall talk about the payment plans. That's a brief, but my colleagues are going to continue and give more information as we go through this training today. Thank you all for sharing your expectations. Now, like any gathering, especially online, there are very many interruptions. As you can see, since morning, we have someone sharing, we have people not muting their mics. So we need some order in order for all of us to follow. So please, if you've not been called upon, ensure your mic is muted. Do not put your video, and put up your hand whenever you want to say something. If we do all these, it will make it easy for all of us to participate and move forward. So thank you so much for being interactive in this session. Allow me to invite my colleague Geoffrey to take us through the next session. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Jen. We're going to kick off this training with the introduction to teacher. So I would request the host to mute whoever is not talking, or you mute yourself if you're not talking. Please feel free to raise up your hand for any concern. My colleague will be talking to me here. Feel free to type in the chat as we go on in this session. Okay? So before we kick off, let us reflect on these words. Please take your time, read through these words. We shall take 10 seconds on this. Okay, so how are these words, what is so unique about these words? Feel free to raise up your hand. What is so unique about these words?
They look colorful.
They are very colorful. Good answer. Another one. Someone in the chat has written the color. Ezra Paul, thank you very much. The color, yeah. Any other trial?
Jeff, there's a hand up from Nabu Kenya.
Yes, Nabu Kenya. Unmute and speak. Nabu Kenya. What, Stephen, the question is, what is so unique about these words on your screen?
There's another hand from Princess Karen.
Yes, Karen? Unmute and speak, please. Techno Spark 5, if you could rename yourself, please. They have different colors. I say we are all dwelling on colors. That is so insightful. Yeah. Karen, your hand was up. Then Mwesigwa, please unmute and speak. Rose, your break. Okay, I think
bold written in uppercase.
They are bold. Okay. There are a lot of answers flowing in the chat. That is so beautiful. There is one interesting one. They have same letters repeated. Good observation.
Can you hear me? Can
Yes,
you hear me? I said. Yeah.
Mute that phone. Yes, please go ahead. Princess Karen says they are clear. Okay. Rodin Kansime, are you able to unmute and speak? Let's take you as the last one, then we continue.
Thank you. I can see that each particular word has got certain letters that are repeated. Some are vowels and other consonants.
Good observation. Now, I want you to hold your pen and paper. When you get the last letter of each word and put it, I mean the first letter of each word and put it to the last, do the words read the same? For example, if you put on revive, if you put R after E, lastly, does it read revive backwards? Try it. Anyone? Anyone? Get banana, get B and put it at the last, then read it backwards. Get grammar, put G at the last, read it backwards. Assess the same. Sorry? Yeah, they do. Ezra agrees, Techno agrees, Rose agreed. All right, now, in regards to education and what we are trying to do here, how is education different? What we are saying is it's the same education as the words read backwards, but being delivered in a different way. For example, here we're using technologies, but we are delivering the same education. Do I agree? Do I agree on that?
Yes, I agree with you.
Yes, thank you. So let's continue. So when we're introducing ourselves to digital learning, we have two key terms. The word digital. Now, I'll take two answers. What do you understand by the word digital? What do we understand by the word digital? Define it in the way you feel like. There is someone who has enabled annotating on the screen. Let me try to erase them. Okay.
Jeffrey, there's a hand from Ivan.
Yes, Ivan. Yes, Ivan.
Yeah, digital, in my perspective, is embracing current technology to deliver technology and innovation to deliver material in any possible way. So
Okay.
that's the way I take it.
Beautiful answer. All right. For this case,
Jeffrey, there's still more hands up.
oh, let me take two more.
There's one from Promise.
Yes, Tonis.
Promise.
Promise, sorry.
Hello. I think it is the use of ICT.
The use
integrate
of
knowledge. Integrate knowledge in learning.
Exactly. All right.
Yes, use of ICT to integrate knowledge in learning.
All right. Okay. Let's continue. So we shall define it as the use of technologies. Okay. Let us leave it at that. This is not the final definition of the word digital, but for this case, let us define it like that. It refers to the use of technologies. What of learning? What is learning? Can I take two students? What is learning? What do you understand by the word learning? Two of our students on the call.
We have some hands up. Promise, Alicia.
Okay. Unmute and speak.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Yes. Learning is a process of acquiring knowledge. Are you getting me?
Yes, very well.
Yes, it's the process of acquiring knowledge.
Acquiring knowledge. Thank you very
Yes.
much. Okay, let us continue. So it is, as he said, the process of acquisition of knowledge or skills through study or being taught. So when we combine the two words, we shall come with a final definition that we are going to use throughout our training. So, anyone read for me? Just to make sure that everything is clear. Someone unmute and read what is on the screen. Yes, please.
Yes. Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm saying what is digital learning? The use of technologies in acquisition of knowledge or skills through study or being taught.
Beautiful. Okay. Why is digital learning important? This is the most important bit of it. Why is it important? With digital learning, learners create their own content rather than consume. You remember the old time of the teacher coming to class and delivering matter. And then students go home, either you've understood or not, the teacher has taught. But right now, even in Uganda right now, we are saying that students can create their own content and then deliver it to a class or in front of the class, and then it will supplement of that. Then it involves the use of technology and digital tools to aid teaching and learning. Ladies and gentlemen, there are a lot of tools that aid teaching and learning all over the universe. So it is up to us to get us the best tools to use in our own teaching or learning or helping our kids at home. Okay, so during this time, this trying time, parents are called upon to look for these tools to aid their children in learning and creating and being innovative, actually. So digital learning involves more space for conversation and discussion rather than a controlled classroom. For example, here we have been discussing. This is the advantage of it. We converse, we discuss, rather than sitting in a controlled classroom and the teacher talks from 8 to 8:45 and goes away. All right? Is that clear?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
All right. Read for me the next one, please.
Let's see the shared screen.
Sorry?
We do not see anything on the screen. It's blank.
Is it only you or
everyone?
It might be your network. Me, I can see.
Could be your network.
I can see.
Yeah, it is there.
Me too.
Okay. So learners can interact with any study material, suggest changes, there are corrections made by them, and they can add information. Did we know that at home our children know some things that we really don't know? They know more than what we know in daily life. So digital learning can also provide material outside the classroom. This one, every one of us will agree. Okay. Then there is collaborative learning. So we can, our students or our children can learn from within themselves across the globe or across the country or across different homes or schools. So I think most of we parents or students on call know that you've been interacting collaboratively, gathering material or using Zoom to learn or something. Is this what has been happening? Hello? Anyone?
I beg your pardon.
Yes, we have been attending.
Okay. To further dive into this, let me play you a 4-minute video. Please be attentive. There are questions that are going to come up. Let me stop sharing here and reshare again. So please be attentive as I play this video.
you recognize me? Very soon I will be your
Okay. Thanks for watching. Yes, Promise. Yes, Promise.
Hello? Are you
Yes.
getting me?
Yes.
Yes. I just wanted to
Yes.
comment and bring to the attention of the participants that this
Okay.
thing called the digital learning is about digitalization of education and having two aspects, the digital citizens and then the digital migrants. Now, in this case, our education system has been capturing the learning system using the digital migrants, and that is the old system. Now we have to embrace the new system by engaging ourselves in collaboration and critical thinking, and that is enabled by bringing our kids on board to understand how to use digital tools in learning. And by so doing so, everybody must now get to appreciate that we cannot run away from the digital world, the 21st century skills, which are enabling education systems to transform. So that is what this learning situation should be. And as we continue with this program, every parent must appreciate that learning cannot take place without the use of technology. And I expect parents participating in this program to get to know as many tools as possible. It enables kids to learn how to use technology in education. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Promise. You have summarized the whole video in just 10 seconds.
Yes, please. You're welcome.
Thank you so much. So I'm going to add on my also key lessons. You know, as he said, it is a fast growing world. So parents, please, you need to come on board. So I've also talked about learners being able to access different digital technologies, where I said that your children at home know more about your gadgets than you, a parent. I think that one we are, we know and we have experienced them. But we need to come as parents on board to support these children. We need to support them, support them with the gadgets, support them with the different tools online. For example, soon we are going to introduce Yaaka.cc and Educare. These are the tools that are at 21st century level, and they are able to deliver learning at the comfort of your coach at home. Okay, so we also, parents, we are also encouraged to look out for our outstanding children at home. For example, if you have 5, there are those most outstanding children at home. Please help them, because these little guys have creative minds and they can think. Please, we need you to come on board and help them. And after identifying them, help them, nurture them, and the world is going to be a better place. The video also tells us that digital learning saves a lot of time and energy. For example, if we looked at, now this is for parents. This is for parents. You remember that we used to use textbooks from libraries at school. You go to the library, get a textbook, do your research. These days, research is being made on phone. Research is being made on a tablet. Research is being made on a computer. So internet is much faster and easier to use in aiding digital learning. Okay, so to further understand what learners of today need and are, please allow me share this video of 2 minutes, and then we continue. Thank you.
Do you recognize me? Very soon I will be your student. But I will not always sit in your classroom. I will not take out a pencil or open a textbook. You grew up with books. I read from a laptop, an iPad, a smartphone. I use a keyboard more than a pen. I'm a digital native, an active learner. Why carry just a textbook when my iPad connects me to the world? I want to know things all the time, and right away. Maybe the best price for cool shoes, or where to hike the Himalayas. To learn, I look online, because the classroom isn't enough for me. Not when I can see faces, hear voices, and chat with people on the other side of the world. I want to learn about Chinese history from someone in Beijing. My school has to keep up with me, not the other way around. I have more and more choices. When you were my age, no one had heard of a charter school. No one could imagine a virtual school. But it's projected that by 2019, half of all high school courses will take place online. I use mobile devices to connect with friends, classmates, and teachers. And when I'm more connected, I'm more interested. I don't buy music at a store, or movies or books. I get them instantly online. And when they excite me, I share with friends. That's how I want my education to be. I need a degree even more than my parents. I know it, and so do my friends. But will I be prepared? Public grade schools are under huge budget pressures, and traditional college is increasingly unaffordable. I don't want crushing debt. If I can Google the best choice for cool shoes, rest assured I'll find the best choice of education, like 2-year institutions and online courses where students like me have grown to be 6 million strong. And when I'm older, I want to keep learning. Do you recognize me? Very soon, I will be changing the world. But I need you. If you're ready to help me, I'll find you. But it's your challenge to keep up with me. I'm a digital native, an active learner. Listen to me, help me. Together, we can create the future.
Thank you so much.
Wow, that's great.
Yes, Lumo, please, give me an insight of this video. What do you learn about this video?
Actually, that video has amazed me. This 21st century, that things we thought of are being and becoming, they are now coming into existence. What we need is to come together, the parent, and we boost our children with these simple learning materials. They are able to learn from various, actually I can say that the coverage is too big, is unlimited, from a small position or a small place where they are. One can learn from various areas online. Ask anything, inspires others, and keep going. So we only need to come together and we boost this, or we appreciate the digital learning.
I agree with you.
Thank you.
You have a child at home like this?
Yes, I have. I have.
You prefers, what does he or she do?
Well, actually, there are certain things, let me tell you, my dear parents. My children have taught me much via using the phone. So when you give them such a phone and a computer, for them, they go ahead to search even things you would not even mind to search. And once you find them doing them, you get excited. So with this, they will learn even more and become more creative than we used to be.
Thank you so much. Thanks for the support. Thanks for supporting your children. How about learners?
Jeffrey?
Yes, Kumine?
There's a hand from Ivan of Ono.
Yes, Ivan. Just in a few seconds.
Thank you very much. From the video, I noticed that we're embracing what is called artificial intelligence. and artificial intelligence is being used for learning. However, much as I can hear parents being encouraged to have children go online, I have one real comment that I would like to caution everybody about having children online without being monitored. There is a lot that is outside there. I, as a person of information technology with experience of more than 20 years, a lot that children can do behind your back and do a lot of damage to you. So much as we encourage children to get online, I know it's the way we are going now with artificial intelligence. A lot of monitoring as well has to be done to know whatever they are doing online. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Okono. I'm glad that you're into IT. Please tell these parents that they are tools. They shouldn't be scared. They are tools that monitor gadgets, that you restrict some of the content being accessed. Those tools are there, and I think you're so familiar with them. So there is, okay, fear should be there, but not as much as people imagine and expect. Isn't it, Ofono?
True. Fear should not be as much as expected, as long as you've put tools in place to see whatever is being done, what time, and so on. Sometimes even kids can fail to sleep when you leave them online 24/7. But as long as you have monitoring tools and timing tools and so on, you sleep and then you go and check on your reports and see whatever has been going on.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. So we are looking at that real learners in our homes need to learn beyond what is provided in classroom. You know, teachers in classrooms have, you know, I don't want to, if teachers are here, I don't want to offend anyone, but they realize that teachers are a center of knowledge, but not anymore. And during this pandemic, I think it was a blessing in disguise. These tools have been pulled out, and it is a reality. It is on market. Doing this tool. So with this, allow me conclude. Any questions? I can take two. Any questions? I can take two.
There's a hand from Ivan.
Yes, Ivan.
Okay, thank you very much. My question is, much as we are thinking of going this way now, what is going to be done by education institutions to push the Ministry of Education to accept and issue centers to such virtual schools, so that we can find a way of home online learning properly recognized by the Ministry of Education.
Ivan, do you remember that it is a cycle of responsibility that starts with you, the parent? Because when you pressure the schools will pressure the Minister of Education, and they will come back to you and say, is this the best you want for your child? That yes. And it will be in place. You agree on that, Ivan?
Yes, and that's why it has started with me putting the pressure on.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that you realize the need of you, a parent, because now when you use these tools at home and you're monitoring your kid use them, why can't you pressure the schools to adopt such a tools so that the schools can also pressure the government institution to come and also adopt the same same model of education? Ivan, thank you so much for your insight. Thank you, everyone. I wish you a great time here.
Jeffrey,
Yes.
sorry to cut you short. There was one more hand from Promise.
Promise wanted to ask something.
Yes.
Please go ahead.
I wanted a clarification. I expected a lot from this program today. I thought you were going to enlighten parents on which tools you are going to use and how they are going to use it to help the students learn. But we have only ended up watching the videos and having an insight of what digital education is. But I expected the core of the thing to be
Yes, thank you,
enable
Promise.
parents understand. Yes, please.
This was just an introduction. The tools are
Yes.
coming in the next sessions. It
Mm.
was just an introduction. So let me also go and take water so that Johan can take you in advantages of digital learning. Okay, Promise?
Then we also expected the P1 class to start at 11. So how do we marry the two?
There are people, there is a team managing the P1 class. So it is on actually running, I'm informed. It is on running.
So how do we switch to that one?
Yes.
Because I'm using the same phone, the kid is also waiting to use it for the class.
You need two gadgets. Because this one is specifically for this program. The other one is also running on another platform. Yes, thank you so much.
Oh, sorry. We shall provide a recording for this. You can continue from where you stop.
Pardon?
Oh.
Hello?
Gerard has reminded me that the session is being recorded, so you could switch. The kid goes and studies, then you will continue from where you've stopped.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Allow me invite Johan to take us through the next session. Have a blessed day.
Thank you, Jeffrey, for that wonderful presentation. Joan Nachans again, ICT economics teacher, and I'm going to take you through the advantages of digital learning. Let me first share my screen. I hope my screen is clear.
Yes, it is.
Okay, thank you. So to reflect a bit on what has been discussed, we see that digital learning is actually both online and offline. You can learn online and again learn offline, and it is self-directed, it is engaging, and anytime, anywhere you can access it as long as you have your gadget. And then we see that it is student-centered, not teacher-centered. And I'm sure many of us have come across digital learning and we've used this before. May I please request a few representatives brainstorm and give us a few advantages of digital learning? Yes, Ivan?
Thank you very much. My point on this about digital learning is that one, you learn at your convenience, and not only learning at your convenience, you're able to integrate other tasks together with your learning. This is not only for learning as well, it's as well for work. Digital work is almost similar to digital learning. That's my take about it.
Thank you so much. That's a good one. We see that under digital learning or digital working, as he says, there is that convenience. Can we have Ian next? Then Faith will follow.
Yes, thank you very much. Most importantly, in the season we are in, this COVID situation, I think digital learning reduces our chances of our learners, stroke parents, and even the teachers contracting the disease of COVID-19 and any other contagious diseases that could come up in the teaching learning process in physical learning. And then secondly is that this trains our learners on how to use these digital machines. And this is not just, actually even the teachers, some of the teachers have now gotten a chance to get this training. So like some colleagues said before, it could be a blessing in disguise. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Can we have Faith?
Thank you. On my part, I would say it enhances research on our side. And then there is that personal interaction with our teachers. You can see at school, at times you go to the staff room and you don't find teachers. But here, you do your work at your time, at any time you submit to your teacher, and he tells you what is right and what is wrong. So there's that personal interaction on our side.
Thank you so much. There is that interaction. Can we have another one? One or two? Clay, are you on? Can you give us one advantage of digital learning? Faith, your hand is still up. Do you still need to say something? Oh, all right. Okay, we can look at what I have on board. Thanks for the inputs. So when you talk of digital learning and why digital learning, first of all, we need to think of the time flexibility. So we see that under digital learning, there is that convenience, as Ivan said, because the students will be able to log into the courses and at any time of their wish. So you find that online courses are convenient because students may log into the course material whenever it suits their schedule, not like physical schooling where you have to follow the school schedule. So under digital learning, you will need to follow your own schedule because the materials are available at the site, so you can access the materials at any time you wish to. Apart from time flexibility, we look at cost effectiveness. When you talk of cost, it is seen that digital learning is actually cheap compared to the physical schooling. Money paid for digital learning is less compared to that paid for physical schooling. Yet actually digital learning provides more resources. You can take an example of our own company, Yaaka. When you subscribe for a class year, you will need to pay only 500 Ugandan shillings. But if you're considering that amount to the amount paid at school under physical schooling, you will actually realize that this is cheaper, the digital learning is cheaper. So it is cost effective in that way. Then we also look at the increased access and reach. Learning can happen in any place. That is the accessibility. So you can reach out to any material, you can reach out to the engagement as long as you have your device and you have your internet connectivity. It's not like the physical schooling. If you don't go to school, you will not learn anything. You will not attend to any lesson or a lecture. For this, you can actually attend the engagement from wherever you are. We also have the advantage of no travel needed, thereby saving the transport costs. So you realize that digital learning has gotten a beauty, and this beauty is that students study from home, hence saving transport costs. You will not need to travel from one place to another. As long as you have your computer, you have your phone, smartphone, you have your tablet, you can access the digital learning from wherever you are. Then we also have a variety of programs and courses. When you look at digital learning, students have a lot of options to choose an online educational program. They can select subjects and topics of their interests very easily. So in this, you see that when you check on the site, you can find very many resources and materials, and a student is able to select any of his or her choice. For example, you can, if you have subscribed for Senior 5, you can access any subject in that class, and you can access any topic in that class and other materials, educational materials. So there are very many options for digital learning. Then apart from what we've looked at, there is also the point of student-centered teaching approaches. So digital learning enables student-centered teaching approaches in the way that every student have their own way of learning that works better for them and best for them. You will find out that some students actually learn when they see, and others will learn by doing. So for digital learning, it will provide you all these options. For the students that learn visually, digital learning gets them sorted. There are videos, there are graphics that will actually boost their learning capacity. And then those ones that learn by doing, under digital learning, will learn by doing. So they will actually be sorted as well, which is a merit of digital learning. The other one we can talk of is the accessibility to course materials. They are accessible 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Therefore, students have the ability to read and reread literatures, discussions, explanations, comments, etc. So you find that under digital learning, the course materials are available at any time. Even if it means waking up at 3 a.m., you want to look at something, you'll be able to log into the site and get the access of whatever you want to get to, which is not actually the same case to physical schooling. You do not go to the library, you will not get what you want. You're not at school, you will not get what you want. So the beauty of digital learning is that you will be able to access all the materials at any time, be it daytime, be it night, be it any day, Sunday, any day. So you can access all the materials. I've talked much. I would request one of you to help us read what he or she is seeing on the screen. Yes, can we have one participant? Yes, Christine.
Information and communication teaches skills in using technologies.
Thank you so much. This merit is talking about using internet to attend class. And we say that information and communication teaches skills in using technologies. We see that digital learning has actually taught very many people on how to use these gadgets, on how to use the gadgets we have, and how to improve on our skills. you cannot learn digitally unless you know how to use the gadgets. For example, unless you know how to use the webinars like Zoom. Most of us have learned a lot via digital learning because we need to get access to the technologies in order to access whatever you want to access. You can't use internet, you will learn because you need to learn digitally. You can't, you do not have any skill of using a laptop, of using Zoom, you will learn because you're learning digitally. So digital learning has also enabled us or has taught very many of us very many skills in using technologies. So we also have another one as the instructor's availability. Faith, your mic is unmuted. Can you read us what you're seeing on your screen, please?
Okay. Instructors availability. Online environment makes digital instructors more available.
Thank you. Can we have someone else explain to us that point, that merit? Belinda, can you try it out? Right, the merit is instructors availability, and actually some of you said it at the beginning as we were brainstorming the merits. So you find out that under digital learning, the instructors are always available. You can access them anytime compared to the physical schooling, because for physical schooling, you need to go to the staff room, look for the teacher for any inquiry. If that teacher is not in the staff room, if he or she is not in school, you will not get what you wanted at that time. But under digital learning and due to the online environment, you will actually access your digital instructors and they will be available for any inquiry, which is a merit for digital learning. All right, I would like to stop here unless any one of us can add us another merit or else. Thanks for your active participation, and if there is any question, I welcome it.
There's a question from Ivan.
Please go ahead.
Thank you very much. About digital learning. Only question I'm trying to put in my mind or express is that yes, digital learning has come, but how is it going to embrace things like the science practical subjects?
Okay, thank you so much for that question. We have a lot in store, and we just like we looked at those students who learn visually. There are a lot of graphics that we can use to access that or to boost those science subjects. Gerard can add on. Thank you.
Thank you, Joanne. There are a number of, first of all, within the videos that we have, there are practical demonstrations of how these experiments take place. But we know that many learners don't have this equipment that would be existing, for example, in a school lab. So there are other technologies that we introduce students to, like FET. I'm sure you have also heard about cyber school. With FET, I think you are even the one who talked about artificial intelligence. There are assignment platforms where you can learn mixed tools digitally, virtually, and then try out these experiments. So in times like this, when physical laboratories are not possible to access. There are certainly other tools, but of course they need much more stronger computers and the internet, but they are available. And also we recommend for teachers, if you look at the lowest secondary curriculum, the new curriculum that the ministry is putting up, they are encouraging to get real life things from community, from where students are, and give them those kinds of things to do.
Thank you, Gerard.
I've
Are you
answered
done?
that well.
Okay. Any more questions? Yes, Christine was first, then after Faith will go on. Christine, you can put forward your question.
So what about the UNEP? How will they do it?
She's asking about UNEP. We are actually working on that. And I request Gerard to clarify more about that, but we are working on it.
Oh, the UNEB is the national examination. So actually we teach when we offer this learning facilitation for our learners. We encourage them to register for UNEB elsewhere. As you can imagine, we have drawn new people from different schools, different parts of the country, and the UNEB has not introduced an online examination system. So for now, if you study with us, if you want to study with us only, for example, we can promote you from one class to another, just like any school, but you get ready for UNEB. We actually have all UNEB. I'm going to show you. UNEB revision is one of our biggest advantages with interactive questions and answers. So you can study and register to do UNEB from another, register from a school near you, because UNEB has to be done.
Just a comment on that response is that so many physical schools may really try to reject our application to sit in their centers under the name that we might be going to spoil their performance. So what assurance can we give such centers that we are not going to spoil their performance?
Good concern. As you know, if you go to any school, usually a good performing one, they will ask you to do an interview, and usually you can't go just sit. You have to do P7 with them as well. So if you go to a school, you do an interview, and I want to believe that if we are working well, the way we should, and the learner has the opportunity to engage with us, they will be among the top performers. And one of our advantages is that because we offer individualized learner attention, we believe that we can find what is good in every learner, and they help motivate them towards being better performers, including in exam level. So schools, even if you come from another school, you go to another, they still ask you to do an interview for that class. So we expect that our students will do those interviews and they pass very well. Seeing another hand from Claire.
Oh, hello. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
This is Claire, a parent with a Ketra. Hope you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah,
Yes, we can.
my concern is about the network. However much we have embraced the online learning, but we still have a problem with the network. Like yesterday, my child attended, but the last part of explanation, she did not understand anything. The network was really bad. I don't know how we are going to work on that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Claire, for that question. We know this concern, even as sometimes
Gerald, you're breaking. We can't get you clear.
network, we are not in control of it. That's why in our digital learning strategy, if you have seen in the groups, after every class, we share the videos and even the PowerPoints within the group so that those who might have missed or didn't understand, including also the ability and submit after the class. Also providing the materials after and the back to you, Joanne.
Thank you, Gerard. He was saying that about the network, we do not actually have control over it, and that's why we do provide the videos of the lessons and the PowerPoint, including the notes of what has been taught. So whoever missed out due to network, he or she is able to access the notes and the video. I think it's now clear. We can have Faith. Faith next. Put forward your question.
Thank you, Madam. For me, I'm a bit concerned as a student. Concerned at the same time, I'm worried because about the subscription, you said we shall get promoted to the next classes after doing a series of tests that will come forward. But now we also have promotion at our current schools. I don't know how that is going to be. And then now, like for us who are almost finalizing, there is no way we can say no to any piece of material that comes up. Anything that is there, we struggle and we get it so that we have the best. Now, like for the senior 5, I'm wondering if you guys will have a connection with our schools to coordinate our learning, something like that. I don't know how that will be, but I'm just concerned and also worried at the same time. Thank you.
Thank you, Faith. You raise very, very important points. We know that many of you are already in schools, and our program does not replace schools. We rather supplement learning. As you can see, for us, we started way back in 2014, developing this first-stage digital learning. But now there are situations like this, like COVID now, schools are unable to deliver learning. So we're providing another alternative for you to be able to access content, to access teachers, have people you can ask. And this is possible to happen together with your school. For us, we are always here. When you go to school and you're unable to access our platform, when you come back, you find it. But now in terms of promotion, for us, we can only promote you on our own after assessing you. And if you don't meet the score, the pass mark, we still help you to make sure you learn those things so that you are able to go to the next class. Now, like we said, the negotiation on whether you join another class in another school is, I think, subject to an interview in that school. So I'm sure as we go on, if many of you had told you we have this service just off the street, if we met, you would not have believed. With time, people are going to know, to see our content, to experience it. There are even teachers on this platform. Once more people know that this is possible, or you do the test and pass it, I don't think the school would deny you the chance to go to another class if you have passed that interview for the next class. Now, in terms of helping the schools, working with the schools, actually, part of our program is to work with schools, to work with teachers. We train schools and teachers on how to digitalize learning, on how to do good learning facilitation. And we are also working to help them develop platforms. So we are very happy if you talk to your school or they approach us to help them do this kind of learning facilitation. Actually, it would be better if it was coming from your school, so that you don't have the issue of having to change another school. So if people can talk to your schools, we are also happy to help develop for them a platform, give them our default content, and then train them on how they can do the best learning facilitation. I hope I have answered all your queries, Madam.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I see a hand from Belinda.
Hello, thank you very much, our dear facilitators. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, thank you very much. I think at this stage, the concerns that are being raised by students, I feel maybe they are too fast to rise, but also on the other hand, maybe genuine. But I feel what Yaaka is doing is raising some awareness, is bringing to us a facility that is still developing to address a big problem in the country. I feel Yaaka is going to harmonize with the Ministry of Education on a few things that are being raised by the students. And I feel, as Gerard has put it, schools can customize their platform with Yaaka, and even they have their particular school-based teachers develop and coordinate the learning materials relevant to their students and their pace of learning, so that they synchronize their assessment, their promotion with guidance from the ministry. With the existence of COVID period we are in now, if this situation continues, home learning schools are going to take the center stage. And the Yaaka, I see it developing into a home learning global school. It can run different curricula, Uganda curricula, Kenya curricula, Tanzania curricula, and even UK curricula. Therefore, in the meantime, this awareness is very good to keep our learners busy during this lockdown. We have not yet reached, I think I need guidance from Gerard and the facilitators, whether at this stage we are concerned about promotion or we are concerned about getting busy during this lockdown. Then when the ministry gives guidance, finally, we shall know the Hello?
Yes,
Hello,
Mr. Belinda.
I wasn't hearing you. Now I can hear you.
Hello, Janet?
Yes, we can hear you. Now I can't hear you anymore.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, now I can hear you.
Did you get my submission?
The last
Yes,
part
the biggest part of it.
Huh?
The biggest part of it, we got it very well.
Okay, thank you. Maybe you can begin from there if you picked some guidance. Otherwise, that's what I was saying, that there are a few things we need to harmonize along the way. But I see Yaaka is coming to solve a very big problem if this situation of the pandemic remains.
Thank you very much.
Yes,
Mr.
I see
Belinda.
this. Absolutely, yes.
You make very great comments that dear parents and the learners. The truth of the matter is some issues that you're asking us belong to the Ministry of Education, like when you promote, when UNEB will take place. For us, what we can do is, once you study with us, we are providing a platform. We're supporting every school that comes, every program to learn. We've been learning and testing, and we have the only course on digital pedagogy. We have a very good course. We train teachers on how to do these things, how to prepare audios, good videos, do good learning engagement. And we have built a platform that supports better learning provision. So we are working with everybody who is willing to make sure they can continue to support the learning and education and dreams of young people, as well as skills of older people going forward. So some of the questions that we're asking will come with time. We've been actually working since 2015 with the Ministry of Education discussing these things. But as you know, government also moves with a lot of lines, people to make decisions. If we keep counting on government, we are going to lag a lot. And now we are saying, if learning can be available for you, you study. If for us you study and you certify that you have finished all the content of P4 and you have finished, we have no hesitation to take it P5. So now, as to whether you get promoted in your school, that is really beyond our control. You will have to do an interview in your school in order to join another class. It's how it has been, it's how it will continue. I have known students who have jumped from P5 and started UNEB. So if you are good, the whole thing is to be good. So this interaction that you have with us, there's some hard work you have to do to study, to learn, to pass, and go and prove it to your school. And we like very much where schools are able to approach us and we work with them so that there is no destabilization to learners. We work within the schools themselves. But like someone said, it's you to contact your school to say, look, there are these people here who are willing to work with you. Why can't you work with them and they facilitate good learning facilitation within the school system? Because that will become very easy for them to do this kind of online learning management and facilitation. As we wait on the government for further guidance on the future of learning and other exams, like national ones. I really appreciate that contribution that you made. I don't know if there are other questions. Back to you, John.
Thank you, Gerard. We can have Claire last, then we move on to the next session. Claire, can you hear us? Can you put forward your question? Okay, let's have Joshua instead. He seems ready. You put forward your question, then we move on.
Joshua, you need to unmute. We can't hear you.
Well, this is a parent of Joshua Mbavas. I thank you very much, facilitators. Mbavas has been on Yaaka since the closure of schools and even before. But now my challenge is I have some other children at home, and one of their schools is organizing online platform. But the challenge is my son goes online from 9 till evening. I'm worried about his ears. I'm worried about his sitting posture because since morning seated, they just get a break of 10 minutes, then they go back. So won't this affect our children in the future? Thank you very much.
Oh, well, that is a very good concern. Part of why we encourage schools and teachers to come and do the digital pedagogy course is to learn how to do online learning facilitation. In online, we don't encourage teaching. If content is available, we say content delivery should happen ongoing, should be available all the time. So there is no need for someone to be online taking up content throughout the whole time. We actually recommend the studies that have been done, that Zoom kind of attention screen and ears at the same time should not last more than 4 hours for us to maintain. Human beings are like machines, they need to be healthy. So what we encourage is talk to your school, let them come and study. It doesn't hurt, and we actually have even offers for this for free. We do that digital pedagogy course with Makerere University, and they need to learn how to do the best in facilitation, digitize their content, add value to it, and learners can access it anytime. So that when we come online, as you're going to see starting next week, we've now been doing like the school system, but we encourage people, because many of you are not subscribed on Yaaka, but for those who have been with us, they know that when we come online, we come to discuss, we come to ask questions, we come to interact and show off what we have learned. Because the content transfer is already there in the system. All the content is already available, the video is already there. So we hope that we can all keep growing and learning together with those schools, so that we offer the best possible digital learning to our children, because we need them alive and we need them to be ready for their future. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Gerard. I would request we stop here for this session. The questions, you can continue putting them in the chat and the comments. We welcome Edward for the next session. Thank you.
Thank you, Joanne. Allow me share my screen. Yes, so we have been introduced to digital learning. We have looked at its merits and how it can be beneficial to us, both as parents and learners. So now we want to look at the best practices for digital learning at home. Yes, our children are studying at home, but how best can we create a conducive environment for learning to continue with all these devices and digital learning that we are talking about? So to begin off, I'd like to request some parents to share with us, parents and students to share with us their experiences of learning at home digitally. What have they faced and how are they going about it? You can put your hand up and let us know your experience with learning digitally at home. I can see Ivan. Yes, Ivan.
Thank you very much. Experience with learning from home is that, yes, it engages the children. The only challenge I usually face is when I'm away to have them, to put them together to follow their timetables is a bit difficult. But the way forward is I always make sure every evening I sit with each of them, the young ones. The big one, he knows what he's doing because he's in senior 5. But the young ones, it becomes a bit of a challenge, but I try to make sure I sit with them and have them know their times for the next coming day in case I'm getting to get to office. Same time, working also sometimes from home when they have classes is also a challenge, but like now we are in this meeting and I'm soon jumping out because it's a challenge. I have an official office meeting, so I cannot be in 2 places at a go. Over to you.
Thank you, Ivan. Edward, Lumo.
Okay, thank you so much. Hello, are you hearing me?
Yes, please, we can hear you.
Okay, so now virtual and digital learning has been new in our country, and in this due course that we need it. So there is a challenge that when a parent is not aware of how to use the computer system that the children are much affected. However, it requires a parent to know how to use the computer in order to also teach these younger ones on how to embrace the digital learning. That I will see that I can manage to teach my children, but when I'm away, my wife was reluctant in learning these computer systems. So that has been a challenge, and that through experience, I've seen that many parents may be being affected, or many children are being affected by that. Their parents are not aware, or they don't know how to use this digital system. Thank you.
Thank you, Edward, for sharing your experience.
Maybe secondly, excuse me. Secondly, I would like to use the management of Yaaka to own this virtual learning institution, to be an independent institution, so that if a child enters or has been admitted in this learning institution, can be in a position to transfer or to be promoted from one class to another, up to even the UNEB level or university level, without saying that maybe you come from your school, and because this is what we are embracing now. Now it is like you need to look at UNEB to be registered with the UNEB, so that UNEB embrace it from you before UNEB starts its own. How do you see that?
Well, that's a good observation and advice. We definitely want to work with all partners in the education sector to see that we can offer this learning, and students can enroll here and get promoted to other classes and even do UNEB. But just like we previously talked, it's a process of talking to the different people who are in this sector, so that we can all of us agree on this virtual, like what you have recommended. But yes, it's in process, and we all need to play our part in ensuring that it can happen as time goes on. But we are welcome to the contribution and idea.
Okay,
thank you. Any other person who wants to, any student who would like to share their experience learning from home, how it has been? Okay, so we can continue. Thank you for your submissions. It's good to hear that some of you have embraced this, and despite the challenges, we need to strive to ensure that learning can continue at home. So we have this graphic here on the screen. It's describing learning, okay? In the previous sessions, we looked at what learning is. And if you look at this graphic, it says learning is the acquisition of knowledge or skills through study, experience, or being taught. So I hope we appreciate that in able to learn, just like on the right-hand side of the graphic, it says that 10%, we learn 10% of what we read. This is like through the textbooks, the content that we see. Then 20% of what we hear. This could be explanations from the teacher or any audio material that is relayed out to our learners. Once they're able to read and then they also hear, it increases on their comprehension of understanding, and therefore they be learning more. Then 30% of what we see. This is what we've been referring to in digital learning, audio visual content. Learners need to be, they need to experience these learning materials in different forms visually. When they talk about a cradle lake, they need to physically see it. They need to see at least a picture. And with digital learning, this enables that, since we are able to add pictures in our content, add videos, and learners are able to see these real-time simulations and experiences that they probably could not have been able to see when they are in a classroom setting in a school. Then 50% of what we see and hear. We have talked about that. Then 70% of what we discuss. A very integral part of learning is being able to discuss with others. Okay, so when you understand something and you discuss it for other people, it also increases your level of understanding, and in that process of teaching new people and discussing with other people, you are learning. Then 80% of what we experience, yes, this is also very important in the learning process. Once you experience something and go through it, you're able to comprehend and understand it better. And 95% of what we teach others, just like the 70% on what we discuss. So if you look here, this just brings more emphasis on what we have been talking about, the learning process. First, we begin with deeper understanding. Once you have good knowledge of a subject or any matter, you begin the learning process. Then we go to the transfer. To transfer this learning, this is what we have been talking about, discussing for others, elaborating different issues to other people. And in this process, you are also learning by transferring this knowledge that you have deeply understood to other people. Then new tasks and situations. This is also a very key step in the learning process because with our digital learning and the way we have, I'll use the example of the teachers who are on the Yaaka platform. They have been trained in online learning facilitation and to be able to set up different learning activities where these students can demonstrate what they have learned, their ability to explain different concepts through different mechanisms. It could be assigned, it could be presentations, it could be demonstrating knowledge of understanding through a play or a song. So these different tasks and situations that you are exposed to demonstrate what you know help our students and learners grasp concepts better. Then developing sufficient surface knowledge. So as you can see the cycle, after you deeply understand and you transfer this learning, and through these learning activities and situations that you're exposed to, you're able to develop sufficient knowledge, and the cycle is able to continue. The learning process cycle is able to continue, and you'll find yourself really getting well grounded in the different learning aspects that you are being introduced to. I don't know if there's any question on the learning process, because it's very key for us to understand learning for it to enable happen well at home. Was that clear? Hello? I hope the learning process and what it entails was clear. Yes, Ivan, your hand is up.
Sorry, that's a old hand. Let me know it.
Oh, okay. Thank you. So right here, we can see, I'll read this statement. There is always opportunity at home, as in other places, to learn, discuss, experience, and share with others. The biggest mistake is to think that learning takes place only in school. I'm happy to note that from your submissions, I had Ivan, even Edward saying that we need to embrace this new normal, that learning can take place outside of a classroom in a school. Okay, it can happen at home, it could happen in anywhere you are. And luckily, we have these tools available to us, and tools, gadgets, and softwares, just like we've seen Zoom. We have different platforms, as we're going to see in coming sessions, the Yaaka Digital Network platform, where students can access content at their own pace. They can do submissions of assignments, quizzes, and learning assessment is able to continue whether you're in school or anywhere you are. So it's important that as parents and students, we have the right mindset to know that even when you're outside your school environment, learning can happen and can efficiently continue from wherever you are. Okay. Yes, then setting and keeping a schedule for learning. Anyone who would want to elaborate on this, why it is important in a home setting for digital learning at home? Why would it be important to have a schedule? Yes, Ivan.
Thank you. It's very important, and that's why at the beginning, you remember the challenge I talked of. It's very important that the kids, the children, especially those who are minors, have it in mind compared to in trust to any other schedules of either home chores or anything. They need to know that by this time I should be done by something, and by this time I should be ready in class. So it's very, very important.
Sure. Thank you, Ivan. Yes. Very important. It helps you plan your day. It helps you manage your time, and it also helps give the student a routine of learning at home. Yes, Athieno. Athieno, you can please unmute your mic and speak.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Yeah. So for accountability for effectiveness and efficiency, because as we're at home, we learn many things. So we need to schedule like this is time for books and this is time for household chores. So our daughters have to learn other skills apart from the school skills. So we need this scheduling so that we can multitask all these efficiently.
True. Thank you. Let's hear from Kevin Kotori. Please unmute.
In my opinion, hello, are you hearing me?
Yes, we can hear you.
In my opinion, for me, I think even as students, we should find a way we have to talk to our parents so that we can schedule very well that at such and such a time, I'll be having a lesson so that during that time, you're not disturbed or do house chores or anything else. That's all I have. Hello?
Thank you. Yes, thank you, Kevin. That's very important. It helps us budget our time and know that our activities are well planned so that they do not clash, let's say, with our parents' activities, and even it also gives us orderly. Yes, also it's very important to set up a designated and conducive environment for learning. Who would wish to elaborate more on this? A conducive environment for learning. Why is it important to set up in a home? Yes, Ivan.
Thank you. Learning is similar to working, and an environment that is disturbed environment becomes so destructive and disrupted by other activities. So in order to concentrate, an environment that is peaceful and quiet and undisturbed is always favorable, both work or learn. That's my submission.
Sure, thank you. It's important that we set up a designated area which is background noise free, where there's not so many distractions, because our learners can easily be distracted. There's so much happening in our home areas. There are other children who are playing. Maybe there's other forms of entertainment that they want to indulge in. So if we do not find a secluded area and space that can, where our learners and students can be able to creatively think and participate in these learning activities, then you'll find yourself having some difficulties learning from home. Yes, Kevin? Kevin, your hand is up. Oh, okay. So put it down. Let's go to the next. Yes, establishing an area and network that has a good internet connection at home. Someone raised this issue at the beginning of the training, the problem with network. Yes, we also say that one of the solutions is that digital learning enables that we can provide a recording of the class session and even the presentations. But it's important to us as parents.
We lost you.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Yes. Sorry. So it is important that as parents, we do our due diligence to establish good areas of net for internet connection in our homes. We have these different telecoms. So you can always test with these different SIM cards to see which signal comes better, because you will find that a lot of digital learning will require internet. The students need to do some good research. They need maybe to have live interaction with these classes on these different platforms. So having a good connection requires you to first survey and test the internet speed from the different telecoms, and even finding an area. I'm sure we have spots in our houses where we can tell that, oh, when I sit in this corner, I'm able to do my work better. So we need to provide this kind of due diligence and do the same for our learners and ensure that they are learning in a space or an environment where there's good internet connection. I see some hands from Shalom. Yes, Shalom.
Right. This is my name is James. I'm the mother to Shalom. I definitely appreciate your efforts. And Shalom started 2 days ago. But I wanted to, my concern the subjects. I find that the subjects, Shalom is in senior one. Most of the subjects are not covered. So I don't know what you have in plan for that. Eventually, when we conduct attempts, when we are able to make a contribution to some funds. So I don't know, are you putting it in place that the kids will, the teachers will be able to teach the children all the other subjects? That's one. Then two, I'm wondering what you put in place for the practicals, especially with this curriculum, the old curriculum, but the new curriculum of the lower secondary. It's so much practical. I don't know what you're putting in place for that. Yeah, and then for the dance subject, of course, we are all trying to adjust to the new normal. So probably you could, if there's anything in place, I would be glad to hear that. If not, maybe you think about it.
Thank you, Shalom, for your question. I was hearing a lot of bass when you were speaking. I don't know if it's for the rest, but what I managed to pick from what you were asking is what of the practical questions, okay? So the practical elements of learning. My colleague Jared had talked about this in the previous session. So there are different technologies that we are able to introduce to students. I don't know if you're aware of the cyber school. We can create an environment where students are able to virtually connect with different with the school, and they are able to participate in this in these live presentations and practical elements, with also developing and emerging technologies and artificial intelligence. You'll find that there are there are tools now that are enable that can create simulations, and the students are able to actually participate well in these practical elements of learning. So with this new normal, technology is also not sleeping. Developers are also finding more creative ways of how students can experience these practical elements of learning.
So when does that, when do you intend to start that?
Yes, after, because in these free classes, that is quite limited, but after, let's say, enrolling for our online program, we can further discuss on how we can achieve this for learners, because it's a concern for many parents.
Yeah. So when we enroll,
pardon?
Do we get started after the payment? Are you place that you are going to?
Your voice is coming from far. We can hardly hear you.
Shalom, I'm going to request that this these questions are going to be addressed in the coming sessions. They are going to elaborate on the whole payment, the packages that we offer. So I would say that this will be addressed in the coming session, definitely.
It's thank you.
Thank you too. Yes, Ivan.
Thank you.
Mine was just about an addition to your concern about network. And mine was just an encouragement.
An encouragement.
Where possible, you just add a fiber, drop a fiber to the home. And once you drop the fiber network and they spread the wireless within the house, there will be no issue with any network.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Fiber, yes. Those of us who can opt for fiber optic connection in the house, it will also be able to provide a good internet connection to enable smooth learning to continue. Okay, can continue. Then investment in technology to enable digital learning at home. As we are well aware, these gadgets are very important. So please mute your audio. I can hear someone's audio is on. Okay, investment in technology to enable digital learning at home is also very important. You can see that we've been talking about connecting to Zoom. Oh, someone's audio is on. Okay. Yes, these gadgets are very important to ensure that learning continues. And we see here flash disks. We're not saying that all digital learning happens online. No, we are saying that even offline learning should continue. Okay, students can still receive materials on a flash disk. They can receive materials on a compact disk. Okay, so we should not be locked in a mentality of that only internet should enable digital learning. No, because you know that we are in times where our internet connection in some areas is not so good. So we need to devise ways of ensuring that learning can even continue offline, and some of these gadgets can help us. It's important to have like a hard disk if you're going to transfer notes, your student to receive notes. So yes, let us as parents have that in mind to invest in these kinds of gadgets to enable learning continue at home. Yes, Ivan, your hand is up. Ivan, were you contributing something? Shalom. Okay, I hope this point is clear. Yes, then also getting interested to know the online learning platform or app they use to ensure tasks and quizzes or assignments are being completed. Someone talked about this earlier. I don't know anyone to give us more insight on why this is very important for learning at home as a parent. Who can give us more insight on why it's important as a parent to get interested in knowing the platform where our students are submitting all these assignments and tasks? Okay, so one of us, a parent, talked about how I think it was their partner was not so conversant with the platform that the student was using, their child was using, and this is it is not a good sign to us as parents. We need to show our children interest in these different platforms that they're using, and even for your own good, you need to know how your student is submitting assignments, how the learning is going on, how it is being assessed, because many of us are guilty of staying away from these different tools that our students are engaging in, and in time you find that maybe some of these tools are not so appropriate, or maybe the learning is not so comprehensive as you would have thought. So it's important that you get yourself aware with these tools and platforms so that you can properly assess the learning continually as it's going on. And it also boosts the learners. Once a learner sees that their parent is very engaged and interested to know how their learning is continuing, then they're also more encouraged with their learning as it continues at home. Then it's also important to stay in communication with facilitators and other parents. You can see that on our, we have different online platforms for our classes on WhatsApp. So that constant engagement, as a parent, you can always check in, even as students, you can check in with teachers, maybe to ask for what was not so clear, maybe to send the video, the recording. So that constant communication helps to ensure that even when you're at home, the learning is continuously going on. On the Zoom class, you can talk to the teacher to tell them that introduce yourself as the parent. So all these different methods of communication between the facilitators and the parents help to ensure that at home learning is continuing. Yes, then thinking of creative learning activities, letting your children present whatever they have learned, maybe in a song, in a skit, or in a graphic, also helps to boost learning at home. Has anyone tried this at home? Maybe as a parent, have you told your student or your child to creatively present what they learned in a session? I would like to hear any parent or student that has done this. Yes, Ivan?
Actually, as a routine, I use it for mostly the minors that I have. The bigger ones, I've not engaged them because I engaged them earlier on. I make sure at least every Sunday, I engage them to present what they have learned within the week. I monitor their work practically. Once in a while, I attend their own classes even if I'm in office, so that what I have learned, I come and try to quiz them, so that I know whether they have been attentive or not.
Thank you, Ivan. That's very good. I hope you can see the results from this kind of activities that you engage them in. Yes, your hand is back up again, Ivan.
It was still the old hand, but definitely results are always seen. Results are always seen, and it's what I constantly use, because it's the only way we can have a workaround, especially during this time of the pandemic. And what I will try to assure everyone here, please note that this is just but a second wave. There's a third and fourth wave. So we are not about to end online learning if we can do it.
Thank you. Yes, so I'll ask for any questions or comments or concerns, additions as we finalize here in this session. Anything that I might have left out?
Hello?
Yes, Shalom.
Shalom's mom again.
Yes, please.
I don't know, maybe yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
I'm sorry, I might be asking something that probably I didn't attend the lesson. Like the parents said, what I've done in the days when we started, time I sit for the lesson myself. It was a bit challenging. I had to push them. But now she's picking up, and I'm believing that they'll definitely do pretty well. I have one in senior 5. She but some of the subjects she's doing, and here I'm hoping we shall get them once we make the payment. Doing French and So, but the other thing I wanted to raise is possibility now when we full-blown program that you could split the timetable, if that's okay by you. Split the timetable, we have separate, and then maybe the lower and also separate. I don't know if it works for you, but it would be helpful because you just have to go through this all from primary 1 and somebody in senior 5, senior 1, and if the timetable could be split, I assume it will make it much easier to follow.
Thank you, Shalom. Your audio is really not so clear. We're missing some key aspects of what you're asking. So I'm going to request you put your concern in the chat so that it can be addressed properly. We don't want to answer bits and bits of what you are talking about because we're not able to hear you that well. Yes. So no, there's a huge bass and echo in the background, so we can't hear well. So I'm requesting you put it in the chat and we address the questions properly.
Yeah, is it any better here?
No, it's not clear.
Not at all, Shalom.
It's not clear.
As a parent, I hardly hear you.
There's a huge bass. There's a huge bass.
And like an echo in the background as well.
Yeah. Please put your question or comment in the chat and we address it.
All right. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Yes, Afiano.
Okay, thank you for the presentation. So for me, I'm new in Yaaka. Like I joined this week, but I don't have the background information, why it was formed, the goal, the vision, because my son goes to boarding school. So when school starts, he's going to go back to school. So I don't know if we have any plan for us who do boarding. I don't know if this is a top up. I don't know if this is an arrangement like Yaaka has kids that they only attend online. Like I wasn't really oriented very well. And so I'm somehow confused. And then when we start the payment, I would want it customized to my child's needs. So I don't like what we are having now, but I understand because it's maybe to get us on. But when we start, I would request like to have it customized. So I have areas that I feel this boy should be helped or should engage more. And then there are areas that I feel maybe I can handle it with him like that. So maybe just to tell me the genesis of the program and what the intention is so that I see if it's applicable to me or really not. Thank you.
Thank you, Salome. That's a very good point. And in the next session is actually going to do that. It's going to give a brief about what Yaaka is, its benefits, and how. And one aspect you've talked about of customization to your learner is very, very. We take it very seriously, and it's entailed in the online program. So the next presenter is going to give good insight on what Yaaka is about.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. I don't know if there are any more questions. I would beg to end here. Thank you for your time.
In the chats.
Which question is this, Hope?
Like how much? Like how much for a week?
The way the system is set, okay, I can see Jared is sharing his screen. Yes, it's actually the next presenter. And you're going to get full insight on this, Hope, but for a class year, the payment is 500,000, okay? So it's not per month or week, it's for a full class year. So from the time you enroll for the program after 365 days, but throughout those days, you can continue learning, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you can study the whole class material or learning aspects of that class in that year. You can even finish in 2 months or 3 months. But as for the online program, it goes for the class year of 365 days, and learning can happen within that time. Thank you. Jared, I don't know if you have an addition.
Okay.
I can see you've shared your screen.
No, that's part of what I'm going to show. If you have finished, I can start.
Sure, I'm done. Thank you.
Thank you. We are about to conclude. So there was an important question about experiments. I thought I would begin by stealing some time here to show you. So we recommended this. This is one of the activities we recommend here to use in PET. They have exercises, simulations for physics, chemistry, math, biology, and earth science. And on this platform, you can select here the simulations that you want and right here. And one example, it will show up like this. So a learner is able to say if they are doing an experiment, describe it. So if they are adding water here, again, you can say molecules or solvents, depending on what you want. So there are some tools like these are available that can be used. We recommend a number of them during the sessions. Again, based on some of you have installed cyber school, it's offline. They have these experiments already existing on computers, but also within the content, we show off a number of them. So you don't have to worry. It might not reach the level of practicals in the school, but it's something that you want to consider.
Thank you, Jared. Are you still on? I can't hear you anymore. Okay. I'd like to end here. I'd like to invite Jeffrey.
Sorry, I was going to another connection.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I had gone to another connection. So platforms that are offering online learning, there are several of them. I've already shown you FET for animated practical exercises, but also many schools and universities are offering e-learning. Makerere does offer, Gayaza, several other schools have put up websites where they have content that you can access from your school. There are also some organizations like FAWE and the BRAC from we are happy to be partnering with them to provide this. Also, the government and the National Cultural Development Center, together with the Ministry of Education, have put up e-learning platforms with some content that you can access anytime. And also, there are also other very good platforms like shareability.net that offers a lot of content that you can download on different topics online. They are also, especially for young people, YouTube is good, but we recommend that you focus your kids on YouTubekids.com because there is also a lot of adult content in the general YouTube. In as much as we use it, like we said, we need monitored learning. It's not good to leave children for full time and the independent access throughout. So YouTube for Kids has a lot of children-related content for several skills, including those that might not be related to the curriculum, but child's learning. Then there is also ours offering the comprehensive learning content, Yaaka. And part of this, what we are offering, someone was asking why we formed this. Yaaka was formed in 2014 to offer a digital learning platform and set of tools for digitalizing teaching and learning online for learners, for parents, for the country, and after we get it well here, we are planning to do this in several other countries, education and journalism and communication. And we saw that these digital learning tools and platforms, as well as including tablet computers, be able to offer functional digital learning. So on Yaaka, learners of all classes from baby to S6 can register and study with us online. But we also have offline. Of course, right now it's not, but you're able to install offline on your computer or phone, and then they can study without needing or to access the internet. But when they have to do an assignment, an exam, a test, they have to perform, which is 100,000 per year on educare.bz. If you want just to access content, some learners and parents said for them, they just want to access content, they don't want ongoing learning. But for our main offer of facilitated learning with teachers, assignments, and tests, it's 500,000 per year on Yaaka.cc. And of course, we also have tablet computers that come with the whole platform and content pre-installed, and they are 1.2 million. That's how they look. So in all this, we also have Yaaka Plus that we put in schools. I can show you.
Your network seems
here.
to be poor. We are losing you.
We have installed this Yaaka Plus in several schools. Oh, am I off again? Really, am I off again?
We are losing you.
We have installed.
You're on.
Gerard, we can't get you.
Oh, let's give him a second to connect back. I think his network is giving him trouble. In the meantime, we can be answering any questions as Gerard reconnects. There's a hand from someone using Infinix Smart 5. Okay.
If that person is not coming on,
okay,
I would come back. I would come back like with my earlier comment I had made regarding flexibility in payment.
Yes.
I wish this could be addressed because we are like two so far who have shown our concerns. Earlier on, I had just given the name of two children, but I have three in assistance because the other one is mature, is in senior 5.
Yes.
So if they would address the issue of flexibility, it would, to me, it would be something that would pull more customers than being fixed, say, pay once and then we continue with you, which would be not something kind of friendly, especially during this trying time.
Okay.
And that's my submission.
Thank you, Ivan. Gerard, have you reconnected back well?
I missed that, Edward. I'm sure you answered it. Yes, I'm back.
He was talking about flexibility in payment for the online class program. That since this COVID caught many people unaware and payments are quite cumbersome. So he was asking if there could be any arrangement where they can pay in installments.
I think that Charles is going to discuss that. And we are happy to hear from people individually. I'm sure we know even in schools, these are things we discuss as an individual with the school, the people responsible.
Okay. Seems like Jared is off again. There's a question here from Athieno, a package for those in boarding school. Well, Salome, just to give more insight, the way this digital learning concept is set up is that this is support learning. Even when your child goes back to school and comes back after, they can still access the teachers, they can access all the material. So having a package for, let's say, on the boarding school and day scholars, it's a bit tricky putting it in one framework, because with digital learning, we are saying that learning is not confined in a school setting. Okay, it's beyond any boundary. That's why this platform is designed. The package is designed the way it is, that whether you're a continuing student or whether you're at home, learning you will still be able to access learning and facilitation from the teachers. I hope I've answered you.
If my network plays again, I think one of you guys should be ready to take over. So I was just sharing that we've been around for some time. These are articles from 2015 about the Yaaka app 2017. And we first approached the Ministry of Education in 2015, start discussing, and they asked the National Cultural Union to make an input. So we are working with all these people, and they are also working, doing a lot of things to make sure digital learning can take root. And it's not a one day's work. There's going to be a lot of learning, just like I've been learning. I'm seeing a lot of hands, Eddie.
Yes, there's a hand from Salome Athieno.
Yes, so I feel I've not been fully answered, presented with an answer. So this boarding and the children in day schools, so I think they would not have the same access. So when my child goes to boarding, doesn't go with a phone, they can't access the learning there. So that means we would only access during holidays, which are normally through December, and with this COVID, I think they would have in a year, maybe the holiday home would have. So I feel there is no equity there. Maybe if we had a program for boarding and then the payment is different, because we know these ones will only access when they're in holidays, and then the other ones for day can access throughout maybe weekend and some other time. So I'm really not contented with the answer I've been given.
I missed the answer that you were given, but part of what we are going to show you, what we've been explaining, is that online learning is not like usual classroom learning. In digital learning, we encourage everyone to learn at their own pace. At least for Yaaka, our focus is on self-paced learning. Everybody can access. We have different internet challenges, gadget access challenges, or realities. Everybody can access content on their own. So the content is available. I'm logging in here to my account to show you. So once a learner has an account, they can access this content. Learners who have the time, they can even access it in a week or two. Because we are not like a school where people only study during class and only when the teacher is there. And the assignments are also already there, the tests are already there. They can do them anytime. So even if someone had only the 3 months during the holidays, they would still be able to access everything. And also our teachers are there all the time. Once they want them, once you need them, you ask them whatever it is. They support the learners anytime they're available, because that's our model of support. We know there are some parents, children, even if they are home, the gadgets are only available when the parent has come back home. So with all this, we cannot offer it the way we are doing now, like when the class is only that time. that's only for interaction. But learning should be continuous, content access should be continuous, engaging with teachers should be continuous. And we are very sure no student will be left behind. Even if they went in the boarding, they will come back and still find the content and the teachers are available, so long as they engage them. So it all depends on how and why you engage them. So in a normal study routine, if a learner has the whole month to engage with the teacher, with their teachers, if they're really utilizing day in, day out, they should be able to cover the whole content for that year, that class year. The challenge is that we come from the thinking of the year in terms of the usual calendar year. So it's what we are offering, that you can do your class within a whole year, but actually you can finish it anytime. I don't know if we are succeeding in putting more light, or it's still not clear. Edward, help me with the questions in case there are people who have already been picked. I'm seeing Claire hand up, Joan hand up.
Joan hasn't yet been picked. Claire's hand has been up.
And Roger's hand is up.
Let's first hear from Joan. Her hand was up earlier. Then we can go to Roger. Joan, can you please unmute and speak?
Okay, thank you. I wanted to comment about some parent was asking about the boarding students. But I think those schools with Wi-Fi, the students who have subscribed can actually access their accounts in the computer labs. If their schools are connected on internet, they can access. And remember, we also said that digital learning does not mean online learning alone, but also offline.
Thank you. Thank you, Joan. Yes, Mokalele.
Yes, morning everyone. Thank you very much for this session, and I really want to commend the Yaaka for this program. As Gerard has been saying, you have been around for some time, and you are basing on a lot of experiences that you have been getting over the years. Now, my question is regarding I've been following some of these sessions that you have been holding on Zoom for these learners, but I'm seeing some issue with learners submitting their work. The learners can come to the lesson, they attend the lesson. So how are they submitting? Are you using an LMS? If you look at, for example, different universities, they have different softwares they use, and learners can submit assignments and all that. But if you look at our learners who are like P1, P2, P3, P4, these are learners without emails. It becomes hard for learners to submit their work, even to use a web-based learning management system. How would you think this can be handled best? Because for adult learners at university, like at Makerere, learners are using Moodle, they're using some of the other systems. What do you, Yaaka, what can you say about that? How can that be better handled? Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, Rogers. So Yaaka, we have a very functional LMS, the learning management system, where learners register with teachers, with the admins, with the parent functionality. And part of why we are finding the challenge right now in the kind of classes we are having is that people are not paid up, because our systems are for paid up users. So as learners are expected to submit work within their account. And for some assignments that are like objective type, they even get automatically marked. I'm just logging in here to show you. But also for when they do work, as you have seen, those who can't, they do in the book, then they take a photo and can submit a photo in order to get marked. So we are exploring all kinds of ways. But ideally, for all managed learning, what we are saying, if you have to go towards the level of where we have assessment, we must have an account. We need to have an account so that we can attribute all your work. You can go in and access your content anytime. do your assignments, tests, and exams anytime, and then you get marked and get your responses within your account. So for that, you need to have an account, you need to have a plan with us to be working, to be a subscribed learner with us. But for now, when we're in the general groups and general classes, we are working with them, submitting within WhatsApp and the email, and they can still get feedback.
Oh, thank you.
I request a colleague with better internet. Mine isn't loading. Show off how people can do, take up a course, follow a course, do assignments, do quizzes, do UNEB revision. Jeff? My connection isn't that good. Jeff, can you show that quickly? Or Edward?
Okay, let me share my screen. Yes, so this is the platform, the Yaaka Digital Network platform. The domain is yaaka.cc, as you can see on the screen. So once the site loads, to create an account, you can come here to log in. Okay, and then to create your own account, you click here and create one. So it will bring you to this page where you put in your details. Okay, as you can see here, username, email address, password. These are important details because we need to know exactly all our learners on the platform and to capture every detail when you submit your assignment or even go in different courses. Okay, so that is how you can create an account. So since I have an account, I'll click to log in so that we can see different experiences of a learner. Jared, kindly message me the details for the student account so that I can
Let
log
me
in.
log you out. It's logged in somewhere and it's a student account. You can be logging in with yours because you need to show the marking there. Then as I log you out, decide for that in another browser.
Okay. So here I'm logging into my account. Okay, so this is the dashboard area that it loads. I'll come here first to dashboard. This is the dashboard area. It brings an array of different activities that you've been doing. And then after we have my courses. Okay. So here, these are the courses that I have enrolled for. Okay. So under here, you can see all these courses. Okay, and just for clarity, this is an administration account. So as a student, you will not be able to see these controls where my cursor is down here, because these are instructor controls. This is for like an instructor, for a teacher who is able to create a course. So, sorry, as a student, you will be able to see the courses you've enrolled for, achievements, we have quizzes, These are the quizzes that I have attempted, okay? And if you click on any, you can see the display of quizzes here, the different questions, okay? So the learning management system gives us that learning experience of where students can answer questions in different forms, either assignments or quizzes. I'll move here to my assignments. Okay, so these are what have been submitted and they have actually been marked. If I click on this one, you can see that I did this assignment. These are the questions and my marks obtained are right here. Okay, 8, it was out of 10. And even you can see the instructor remarks. Okay, this comments from the teacher, depending on how well you've answered, and even guidance of how best you can improve on the assignment that was given. So here we also have notes and reviews. Okay, an instructor, the teacher can give the students additional notes and reviews on the content that they could have submitted. Then below here, we want to look at these are now instructor controls. So as a teacher, they're able to manage different courses. These are courses that you have been able to put up on the system, and you're able to enable access to different learners. Okay, if I clicked on this course here, okay, so you can see here, you can also look at the activity under this. Right now, there has been no activity under this course yet, but you're able to see who has signed in, who has been able to sign in, who has attempted an assignment. Here the teacher can see who has submitted, okay, who has submitted an assignment, a quiz. Announcements, here you can create an announcement if you want to send out a message to the whole group of learners. You can come here, you create new, and you're able to send that assignment, and it will be received by students who are registered at that particular course. Reviews, we're all aware of reviews in these different platforms. You're able to put reviews of our course, questions and discussions, statistics. So it gives you, so you can see, it shows you the number of students in that course, okay, students' names. So it provides you with enough details to see, just like in a traditional class setting, of how you can know the number of students who are there, those who have submitted assignments, then manage quizzes. So as a teacher, this is where you come to, from the quizzes that have been submitted, you can come here and mark them, okay. Okay, as you can see here, it gives you even the statistics, how many people performed, and you're also able to download the statistics and then share them with the learner and even the parent. So this is a very key important in assessment of learning. Same for managing assignments. Okay. Please, someone's audio is on. My co-host can help me mute this person whose audio is on. Okay, then we have manage students. So as you can see here, these are students and you can manage them. If you want to remove, let's say, a student who has been maybe misbehaving, I don't know if it's appropriate for digital learning, or one who, let's say, does not want to continue with the program, you can always remove them from here. You can change their marks. So we have different controls here. Manage questions. Remember we saw where you can add questions. So yes, those are some of the controls it gives you as a teacher when setting up content. Okay, so I will look here at activity. So this is activity of what I've been doing on the platform. You're able to see the courses, the assignments I've been able to do, the courses I've subscribed for. Okay, so this gives you good judgment of how well these different learners are attempting the questions that you've set and even the exercises that you give. Profile, here you set up your profile, and it's very good for our learners to have these profiles on different platforms for online visibility. Even when someone searches for you online, they're able to see that you're connected to a certain network or platform, and it increases your visibility online. But also it's important for you on the platform for your details to be well captured, to even help the teachers give you proper guidance and even get in touch with you. Then messages. Yeah, these are messages. Whenever you subscribe for a course or do an assignment, it comes into your inbox, and you can also send messages to different learners on the platform. So it also has a social network sharing aspect to it. It's a learning management system, but it can also be used for connecting with different learners, because with digital learning, it has a huge element of also collaboration. You'll find that you're given group assignments and you need to collaborate with different learners in your class. You can always text them and inquire more on how you can benefit from each other. Then here are the notifications. Whenever something that you're mentioned on the platform, you receive them in a notification. When you send a message, subscribe for your course, they all come here. Then here we have our shop. We also have there are courses for subscription here, just like we have been talking about. You're able to subscribe for courses, able to subscribe for different subjects, and this is where you can access all your orders. Okay, as you can see here, there's an order that I'd ever made for a certain course. Okay, downloads, when you pay for something and downloads, it comes here. Okay, so you prove that you're able to download it from here. Then we have followers, just like I talked about the social networking aspect. Like on Twitter, how you have followers, people can also follow you here. You can search for a member here in the system, and it generates people, and then you can follow them in social media way. Then friends, we can send each other friend requests here on the platform. Okay. So these are my friends on the platform so far. Okay, but you can search and then send friend requests to anyone who is on the platform. Then we have here a wish list. I don't think I've yet added, but this is when you see a course, you can easily, I don't know if it can maybe relate it to like bookmarking. You can show that you would be interested in taking this course, and when you come to your wish list area in your dashboard, you can always see that, and maybe continue saying that I would like to access this course later. So in this area, you can always find the courses that you have put on wish list that you are planning to offer at a later stage. Then we have groups. We have these different group denominations on the platform. So the system is also able to, people are able to create groups and where they can discuss different, depending on the topics that they want to pick on. It could be about, let's say, chemistry or any area of concern in each subject. You can create a group for it, and you're able to have meaningful discussion with the people who are in the group. Then we also have the affiliate section. This is more like this system also provides for being able to, you can market a link. You can generate a link of a product here and share it with other people. And whoever purchases off that link, you receive a commission. I hope we are familiar with some of these sites that do this. Jumia does it. You get a link to a certain product, share it with the people, and you're able to receive a commission depending on how many people are buying it. Yes, so that's some of the functionality. I don't know, Jared, if there's anything I've missed out particularly
Yeah,
here.
under courses, you need to show them a course at least like biology, SPP2 work.
Oh,
So
okay.
and some of them show how a course curriculum looks like.
Sure.
I
So
select
here
that
is,
CRE there, or computer, or whichever.
okay. To go some, I want to get a course I've not yet done.
It's the economic start course.
Oh, yes, sure. So
So
here is
there
a,
was that English one. Okay, even that.
yes,
That's
here
that
we have
one. Yeah.
English Primary 5. As you can
Yes.
see below, these are the instructors of the course. The teachers are Olipor Ben, Bergaba Jonah, and Navulumba Hindu. So you click Start Course. And here is the overview. It's like a course description. Okay. Then we have the curriculum. So here are the different units which are under the course. Okay. Relative pronouns, whatever is covered within this course is accessible here. And then we have announcements and news, just like we looked at. Then to begin this course, you click here on Start Course. Yes, so these are the this is the area here on the left are the different units, and on the right here is the content. So under here, you can see we have this is actually, yes, we have content here. This interactive, yes, this is interactive content. This is also another key aspect with digital and online, with digital learning. Learners can able to fill in a question and get a response immediately. The system can show you just one here.
Eddie, you're very low.
Am I clear now?
Yes.
Okay. So when you click here to check, you see it shows you the correct answers, what was wrong, okay, and it can show you your assessment here. So it's also important that we this kind of integration of interactive content is good for our learners. Quickly go. We have here video. We're talking about the use of audio visuals in learning, digital learning, having videos, images. So these videos help our learners understand different concepts well. So as you scroll below, you see we have an assignment here. Okay. Assignment for this. I'll click on this assignment so that we can have a look. Yes. So this is our assignment, and as you can see here, it's out of 10 marks, and the duration for the assignment is 10 days. Okay. And when you scroll down here, you click to start assignment. Okay. And as you can see here below, allowed file extensions. These are the different ways you can submit the assignment up here. So when you click here to start assignment, if you have your file already on your computer, okay, you can submit it here when you click select file. I'll just pick. Okay, so this is a document. This is a trial document that I've put in to submit my assignment. You can also type. Okay. Here we have different keys here. If you want to attach an image, you can click here, and you're able to upload media even to the what? An assignment. So I'll click on this and I'll submit that also as part of it, and then submit assignment. So the instructor of this course will be able to receive my work. Okay. So that is one unit. To go to the next unit, you can come below the unit here, or you can come here on the left.
Edward, you have a hand up.
Please, Roger's hand has been up, I think, for quite some time. I don't know if it's a question. Please help me mute some people.
Rogers.
Some people, okay. Yes, so that's how the course content looks like. Anything else that I need to show here?
I think you can take a question from Rogers.
Yes, Roger. Roger, any question? Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, content is already available. Assignments are there, tests are there, and even interactive. Some you can cross-check answers immediately. That's why we are saying this is self-paced learning. You go in and do the content, and the teachers are available. And we have comprehensive content for all levels of learning. It's there. This is not a story. So, but as we have said, the parent have to support your child. The child also has to be up, has to sign in and do this. So it's not about teaching. The learner is self-studying most of the time, and the teacher is helping them study, first by doing the content here, providing the exercises, then also having the online Zoom engagement. So instead of teaching on Zoom, our normal method is that the learners come to demonstrate what they have learned using different creative ways, which our instructors have put up, and they have already done this in the assignments.
Okay. Thank you. I beg to end here to introduce welcome Charles, because we are time bad. It's already 1. Thank you. Oh, I didn't show Educare. Can I quickly do that?
This chance to go. It's the same reel, but the other one is not all content.
Okay. Thank you, Charles. You're welcome. Next session.
Is Charles on? Yeah.
Oh, it seems like he's having an issue. I can.
Good afternoon.
Okay. Good afternoon.
Okay, thank you. Hope everybody is fine. I am Charles Juro. I'm working with Ultimate Multimedia Consult, Yaaka DN as well. Sharing my screen in a moment. Okay, can we see my screen?
Yes.
Can somebody see the screen?
Your screen is visible, Charles.
Yes, the screen is visible.
Okay, To everybody, welcome. And as we are coming to close of today, we have heard a lot about what we are offering in terms of digital learning to our students through our qualified digital online facilitating teachers. On Yaaka, we are having different packages that we offer, like Gerard already did mention and explained to us. So I'm going to mainly narrow down to two, and that's going to be about membership and class subscription on Yaaka DN and Educare specifically. So we are basically looking at the membership.
Is it me only? Charles, I can't hear you.
Levels that we have for those of us who want to put our students, our children, to start accessing material and also subscription on Yaaka for the online classes. So we can delve into looking at, first of all, can somebody else hear me?
Yes, you continue.
We are there.
I hope I'm back on.
Yes, you are back, but your screen is off.
I hope I'm back on.
Yes, you're back.
You're back, but reshare your screen.
Okay, I'm sharing it. We are looking at membership and then subscription. So we want to look at what do we have on subscribing on Yaaka, which is www.yaaka.cc.
Charles, we can't hear you anymore.
Skills they already have. Still, as somebody could read for me some of the different benefits that one will encounter when they subscribe on Yaaka for a whole year. Yes, can somebody read for me, please? A volunteer? Okay, I can take this on. So on account at your own time, like Edward has already showed us how to create an material in audio, graphics, images, animations, and then even the interactive videos. So we don't only have videos, but also those that have Q&A, prompting the student to better understand the topic of the video. The question of getting chat and help from our teachers and even from fellow learners through the different discussions. Again, more to this is that they will be attending online live classes, like some of us have already seen through the free online campaign we have run. You've been attending classes via Zoom, and we have been doing a lot of coordination. So that's to all bring to the same close of this first point. And then lastly to this, that our learners still will access the content at their pace, because when you pay for an online subscription, you'll be in position to have the notes of that to go ahead to do the assignments like Edward has been demonstrating, the tests as well set by the teachers, and of course class exams at the end of each. So these are some of the benefits that you'll get. And of course, we have noted that many learners can go ahead and even finish the class within a few months. So that's why we really so much look into an online class subscription. In class based learning at any time. Students can start. That is for what I have already shared with you. With you only access content from P1 to senior 6. So in this, we have different offers that you will be able to see, especially when you type this URL into using your phone or your computer. You'll be able to access these different content learning material which we have already designed. And please be informed that what we have here is basically for you to access only content. The teacher is not there to guide you, and we expect that here the student will continue to learn more by having these interactions with this content, which is multimedia in nature. So the membership levels are only 6 of them. So one is you can go ahead and then have 2 days free trial or access, which you don't pay any shilling, free. And then you can also go ahead and pay for 2 months, 1 month, 3 months at 50,000, also paying 6 months for 70,000, as well as also paying 1 year. So when you pay this, remember that with your own account, you are able to access from P1 up to senior 6 for either 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months, which is equivalent of 1 year. So this is what we have on Educare. And of course, this is a graphic to emphasize the point that there is access, and this access is based on the Ugandan curriculum, which is accompanied with videos and then images as well. So on this juncture, colleagues, I will share something here shortly, and you see how you can access the different levels of subscription that you want. For example, when we come to Educare, and then you type in www.educare.biz, so you'll be able to come to this platform, whereby you see different courses here, which range from primary studies, secondary, and secondary advanced, which is senior 5 and 6. So by any instance, if at all you wanted a particular class, you could come here to search and then you type. But I will demonstrate quickly with one which is near here, which is physics senior 2. So for the different levels that we have already looked at of membership, they are here in the different categories. The first one is being free, the second being bronze, the third silver, gold, and then platinum. So for an instance whereby I would wish to go ahead and have subscription for a membership of only free to try, I can go ahead and click on the free and then give it some time to load. So when this will bring for you what we call the membership levels, which I've already elaborated on. So of these, they give you the first as being free, which expires after 2 days. So the 2 days are from your time of subscription to this very membership. And then we have the bronze, which is 1 month, 10,000 and 20,000. So our dollar rate is at 2,000, please, not 3,600. So also silver, which is for 3 months access, that is at 25, equivalent to 50,000 Ugandan shillings. Then gold, which is 6 months. And then also platinum, $50, which is equivalent to 100,000 Ugandan shillings. So let's assume that I wanted to go with the free, to have access for free. I'll come and select free. I hope we are following. Are we following? Somebody following?
Yes, continue.
We are on.
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, Charles,
Yes,
you can
Charles,
continue.
Hello, host, somebody following? Okay, thank
Yes,
you.
we are. Continue.
Continue, we are following.
Then I would go ahead and select here.
Charles, we seem to have lost you.
Charles is off, but I think we are at the last level, which people have to do on their own when and they are ready.
Is it okay I complete this, please?
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Sharing in a moment. So I hope we can see my screen.
Yes, we can.
Okay, so in case you were a returning customer and then you clicked on login here, you would go ahead, put in your username and then put in also your password, which you use for creating that very account with that username. Or email. So I'm going to say that I'm not a returning customer, but filling details here. So I will come as Charles and then name. And then I would go ahead and put in my email. I would choose that email. Maybe I can use a different one. So I'm putting in my email. Sorry, my screen is a little inactive.
Just refresh.
So let me put in this. Putting in my email that I would wish to use. So after inputting your name, first name, then last name, email, so you already see you have here told you that the subtotal is going to be free, and then you can go ahead and then read and agree the website terms and conditions. So after this filling in of these details, your billing details, so you'll go ahead and say you place order. So I'm going to place order since it is a free trial. So I'm placing order.
Is an error check on top?
Okay.
Top. At the top, they are showing you what error it is. You already have a registered account with that name.
So my account is already registered. That means I can come as a returning customer here. For me, already an account. So I can go ahead with this. So I'm attempting my own account. So I can see that I have logged in and I can continue here. Let me refresh my screen and see. So I should have this registration. So after logging in, I hope you can hear me. Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
So after logging in, some of us can see my names already reflected here with my account. So I can still go ahead and then say I agree to read and then the website terms and conditions. So I will go ahead and place my free order for this free offer. So I have placed my order. So, and then we should also be able to check our own email for this, because it should send you a notification as well. So that is how I would go ahead to do for a free offer. And then I can show briefly
Once we can't hear you, you need to end there.
A paid offer, if at all we have time, Edward.
We are short of time and your network is not so good. So maybe you can show how to subscribe on Yaaka.
Can someone with better internet show that?
Okay.
Edward, I think you go ahead and do it.
Okay. So colleagues have been looking at Educare for content access. So now we want to look at how to subscribe for the online courses on Yaaka. Okay, so you go to your browser, you type in yaaka.cc. Okay. So after going to yaaka.cc, you come here to shop, okay? And then you click here to subscribe to learn. So as you can see, it brings you the different levels that you can subscribe for. You can subscribe for all senior 6 courses, senior 5, depending on which level you or class your learner is in. So I'll click here on primary 7 so that we can see how it goes. Click on read more. So once you click here on read more, it will bring you the courses under it, okay? And below is a description of how you can do this purchase in case you need further details on how you can purchase this online. So to purchase this, you click here to add to cart. Okay. So then here you put in your billing details, just like we looked at Educare. You can put your first name, last name, your company name, the region, the country where you're from, address, town, district, depending on the country that you select. Then your phone number is also very important. Your email address. Then your order. This is a description of your order. You're subscribing for primary 7 courses. And here is where you can choose a payment system. Someone was asking in the chats, how can we pay, the mode of payment? So we can pay by bank, you can pay by mobile money, credit or debit card, use of PayPal, Visa card. So we have different payment systems here that you can use. And then after you have picked your payment system, you click here to agree to the website terms and conditions, and then you place your order. So briefly, that's how you can subscribe. My colleagues can share the link to where you can reach to subscribe for classes, online classes in the chat. Yeah, but briefly, that's the process of how you can subscribe to online classes. And after this, you'll be able to access all the learning material at your own pace, and also have the advantage of teachers who facilitate live online classes and also offer guidance and help at any time through our other different forums like WhatsApp groups and even on the platform like we saw earlier. I hope that's okay. Any questions?
Thank you, Edward. And we can build the same for schools, for your schools and institutions, to have a whole automated process of payment and subscriptions, as well as content access.
Yes. Thank you. Maybe just I did mention that each class subscription is 500,000 for any class.
I think, Edward, let's go to Q&A and we end.
Sure. Yes, colleagues, questions, comments as we finalize? Any questions? Has everything been clear in regards to payment, in regards to what we offer and how we offer it? Okay, I see no hand up. I want to believe we have done our best to be clear. Thank you so much. This discussion can continue in the group. You can still inquire in the group about anything. We feel we can answer it from there. If you skipped anything here, thank you so much for your time. We've been here since 10. I know it's not easy with the internet and all other commitments, but we appreciate your time coming for this session and understanding more about digital learning and other different services that we offer. We shall be having this training tomorrow, Friday, from tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday. So in case you have any colleague who missed the one for today, let them worry not. We shall be having it tomorrow at 11, so they can still come in and access this kind of information. If there's no other comment, I would like to wish you a good afternoon and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.
Thank you, and bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Asante, have a blessed day.